In this video, we will look at the trades that I took this week, how I plan to get out of drawdown, and mindset tips for traders who are going through a losing streak. So this month has not been the best for me. Right now, I am in basically a 4-trade drawdown from last month as well. I lost 3 in a row on election week, and yeah, the whole account is just down. I'm down by $702 right now, which is about negative 1.5%. If I was risking 1% on every single trade, the account would be gone. And why am I showing you guys this? I'm showing you guys this because a lot of traders show the wins on social media, on these platforms, but also do not show the loss. Even if you guys look at my strategy videos, you might think I win every single time. I even saw a comment that said that they lost 2 or 3 trades this week. Well, I lost 3 trades this week as well. You don't have to win every single trade to become profitable. And that's just the first bit I want to share with you guys. So now let me get into the trades that I had taken this week that got me into this drawdown. So the first trade was on Wednesday on the peso. So Wednesday, I saw that there was this supply that we had formed after election. Usually I wouldn't really be trading on the 15-minute because there was no news, but the elections was enough news for me. So when I saw the supply, this right here was the London session high. When New York happened, I saw this push above that into the supply. So in my mind, we have been selling before all this. We have been selling. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, once we hit this, the likelihood of us selling off more is probably high. At the time, that's what I thought. So I go on the 1 minute, I wait, but what don't I see? A market structure shift. I don't see the market structure shift, but I do see rejection candlesticks. And you know what? That was enough for me in this situation where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get in. Now, I could have waited and saved me this loss. And you're gonna see that theme with all my other trades as well, where I could have waited just a little bit more and I wouldn't have taken the loss. So this week's was definitely impatient on my side. But anyways, I ended up taking a loss on this trade because of that. Now let me go to good old gold. While everybody else was trading the indices, I was over here trying to catch sales on gold. Paid the price for that too. So coming into Thursday, I saw this supply as well. We had broken below. So we had the Asia session and then we had London high as well. We broke above both. So at that point, I'm looking to see a rejection, and I saw the rejection as well, right? But as soon as price rejected, what did we do? Came back up, flew through my zone. Came all the way back up, flew through this zone as well. This type of play though plays out majority of the time. Rejected a little bit, even created this tiny little, what I like to call is like a little bowl. If we had broken below this low, that's when I had more confidence, but we literally didn't. We rejected just for a little bit and then just legged back. We did have news this day. Later on, I think this was FOMC's Fed had cut rates, so it made sense why gold was rallying off of that because the dollar was getting weaker. But at the time, I didn't even know. Maybe if I knew that information, I would have been less on the buying side, maybe. But the next day I did sell again and lost. So let's go to the next trade, which is my last trade of the week, my last loss. So this day was pretty interesting. Friday here, I actually could have taken this trade up here and would have won, but I took this supply over here and lost. So on this supply, I saw a sweep of London high, and I was okay, we got the sweep, the supply, and then the zone did something I really like, which is when we like sweep above a supply, this, and then we reject back into it. Okay, that is very high probability for us going lower. And we did go lower for just a little bit. If I go to the lower time, you can see that we had rejected. Here, we broke above this structure. I'm thinking we about to sell all the way down, but broke down. We didn't break below this leg. I was like, oh, well, I'm liquidity. But the good thing I did on this trade, which was manage risk, because if I would have won this trade, I would have been out of drawdown and in profit. And I'm going to explain to you guys after I'm done showing you guys these trades and my plan to get out of drawdown, how I approach it with risk management. because honestly, my strategy is nothing special. Any of them aren't really special by themselves. They honestly win 40 to 50%. And even that, sometimes I could go through a month like November where I'm only hitting like 30% of the trades. Where I really excel is my risk management. So always know where your strengths are at. Always track your data, because when you go through these losing streaks, it's really easy to lose confidence, go on tilt, do bad things. And I've already been through that. I've done that. I've lived through those type of experiences where I've gone through a 3 or 4 trade drawdown, and then out of nowhere I just start going on tilt, and the drawdown gets worse and worse and worse. Now I'm in like a 12 trade drawdown in Q4, and now my account's gone. I've been there before. I've been there, and it's a horrible feeling knowing that you did this to yourself, and you could have, you know, made the losses a little bit better by not doing dumb stuff and just sticking to your plan and taking one trade at a time. Alright, so now that you guys have seen the trades I've gone through, my losing streak, how I'm doing for November, I'm going to show you guys my plan to get out of drawdown now. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the same type of trades and let my edge play out. Inside of drawdown is really easy to say, I'm not going to take these setups, I'm not going to do this. For me, I don't like changing things out of drawdown, because one thing that you change can have a dramatic effect. I don't like changing my actual strategy. I could change my risk management, but my actual strategy has to stay the same, because you might have another trade that's a winner, and because you change things, you're messing up your overall edge. And that's happened to me a lot of the times where I'll change something in my strategy, and just because I've changed something, I miss an opportunity that would have gotten me out of that drawdown. Next thing I'm gonna do is cut losses quicker, and which is gonna improve my overall risk to reward. I made an analogy yesterday where I said I'm focusing way too much on offense in Q4 and not enough on defense. I paid the price for that, honestly. So I've focused on how to get bigger winners, how to secure my winners better, but I haven't focused on when I lose, how, or when a trade doesn't run for me, how I'm supposed to cut losses quick, or how am I supposed to manage a loss better. From this week, I've learned that I have to be better with my losses, because, you know, losses do come, 4 trade losses. I haven't gone through a 5 trade loss this year. I've literally only gone through maybe 2 4 trade losing streaks, but they happen. So, and managing your edge and cutting those losses off, all these trades this week, I was like, oh yeah, I should really cut this off right here. But then the other part of my mind gets in the way. It's like, let me hold on to it, let me see what it does, and then bam, it loses. Bro, I could have cut this off for 50%, and guess what? If I'm cutting my trades off quicker, my risk to reward improves and doubles when I win. And guess what? I have a really high risk to reward. I go for 1 for 4s and 1 for 5s. So on my winning trades, I'm making double that compared to my losing trades. Well, anyways, my last thing that I'm gonna do is continue to stick with my life routine: diet, exercise, journal, and also meditate. So this is very important, because routine is everything when you're going through losing, especially when it's Q4. And this November has shown me like it's not as bad, because last year I was literally in a 10 trade losing streak when November came. So sticking to routine is very important, because your mind can start having a lot of like self-doubt in these periods, but the routine will help like me stay consistent with this system. Because once you start slipping up with the routine, you start becoming, once I start slipping up with my routine, I start becoming the old version of myself. I stop doing the good habits. I stop doing the things that got me here in the first place. So when the good times come, I'm not really ready for them, because I was too busy slacking off. So this trading for me is like an example of like real life. Like, losses just don't happen in trading. Losses happen in real life too. And in those losses, in those hard times, we just have to like keep being ourselves and keep it steady. Honestly, keep it like firm and steady like a rock, to be able to see through it, keep on going. So that's basically it for this entire video. As you guys can see, I go through losing streaks too. So if you're in a losing streak, just make sure to keep going. Or if you're in a losing streak, the number one thing to do is risk lower. As you guys can see, like my losses aren't 500. This is a 50k account. I could be risking 500 a trade and this account would be gone, but I'm risking 150, 150, 150. I'm even gonna cut it down to 100 because I know that losing streaks come, drawdowns come, really bad drawdowns come, and it's November. So main thing to do, keep the losses small. Don't go on tilt. Don't do anything dumb. If you're on a losing streak, I'm with you. Keep on going. We're all gonna make it out. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.